This evening, hundreds of millions of US dollars missing from one government entity. Find out which one. Parking will not be a problem for teachers after compromise with Smart City Solutions. City Council grants Merriman's Mall Beauticians an extension. Commissioner of Police gives a review of GPF's 2016 performance. In the region, in Trinidad and Tobago, 5 left dead over the course of one deadly evening. And internationally, heads of Germany and France speak of European unity and Trump. Also, in this week's beautiful Guyana, we visit the National Library.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Ramville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. Trouble at the Guyana Rice Development Board as a forensic audit has uncovered shocking information. Information which reveals that officials of that agency utilized funds from the GRDB without approval to set up a private foreign currency trade. Andrew Weeks reports that Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman made the announcement at post-cabinet media briefing on Thursday.
The Minister of Finance has submitted to Cabinet forensic audit reports for the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated, the Guyana Energy Agency, and the Guyana Rice Development Board. Cabinet perused the reports and noted that in all these cases, there were issues that warranted further investigations into financial irregularities.
Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman performing the duties of Cabinet Secretary for Minister of State Joseph Harmon. It was a discovery that was made by Minister of Public Security Kemraj Amditan, requesting Cabinet to forward the report of GRDB, the Guyana Energy Agency, to the Commissioner of Police for further investigations. The Minister within the Ministry of Finance, Jaipal Sharma, has already delivered to the Commissioner of Police a report on the GRDB. When asked if a decision was made to send the heads of those agencies on administrative leave, Trotman said,
Well, I believe that, we start from a presumption of innocence in Guyana. That is both natural and constitutional law. But I believe if at the level of the police force there is the belief that charges can be laid, then at that stage something is. And I should say that in the instance of the Rice Development Board in particular, a number of the persons who had responsibility for the board have resigned when government changed. And so the issue of persons being sent on leave may not in every instance arise.
When further asked what some of these irregularities are, Trotman said,
Well, broadly speaking, we noticed that over a period of 3 or 4 years, this agency had passed through it close to $500 million United States dollars coming through the Petrocaribbean Fund. And minister within the ministry who made a presentation to Cabinet highlighted just some of what seemed to be some glaring anomalies and some what could be serious financial situations involving loans without with there being no paper or any traceable sign that some of these loans were approved by a board or whether there were any promissory notes accompanying them. There were instances of persons within the agency actually using money to trade in foreign currency. So, for example, they may receive and I believe using the agency's money to conduct a trade. And if you're talking about $500 million United States dollars, you can imagine that if you're say selling money at a rate that was $2 or $3 above that which you were declaring it to be, and having access to those $3 and the multiply effect of that over several million, but should give you an idea. So there were instances like that which stood out.
GRDB General Manager during those years, Jagnarang Singh, resigned after government changed in 2015. Nazim Hussain, who took over the position as General Manager, proceeded on leave last year, pending the outcome of a fraud case against him involving another government agency. Now that this has reached the attention of the police commissioner, jail time may be hanging over a lot of former heads of those agencies and departments heads as well, many who were loyal supporters of the PPC. We will keep you posted as this developing story unfolds. Andrew Weeks reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. On Friday, Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu disclosed that he would not be contesting any of the top spots of the Alliance for Change when the party holds its national conference on Saturday. Nagamutu said he is available to be elected as an ordinary executive member to give guidance to the AFC. He would also like to groom new faces by supporting a proposed amendment to that party's constitution to include a deputy leader and 2 vice chairmen. Nagamutu said he would be ending his 54 years in political leadership positions by declining nominations at the AFC's highest decision-making body. Yesterday, Ramjatan said he would be contesting the post of party leader again because the membership has asked him to continue serving. Trotman had been handpicked directly by President David Granger for a ministerial post, and the AFC had nothing to do with his selection. He was also not elected to his party's management committee. The AFC was co-founded by Ramjatan Trotman and the late Sheila Holder. Teachers will not have to pay for parking in front of schools, as an agreement was reached between the Guyana Teachers Union and Smart City Solutions. Andrew Weeks reports.
In a post on the Facebook page from the president of the Guyana Teachers Union, Mark Light, stated that no teacher in the public school system will be required to pay for parking for their vehicles while they teach the nation's children. In fact, no other parking meters will be placed in front of schools. This newscast contacted public relations consultant Kit Nascimento, and he confirmed that a deal was reached.
This morning, and we've agreed to issue a joint statement, and that statement will be issued, I would say, within the next hour.
Nascimento said a joint statement from the GTU and Geo Park will follow. Several teachers had sounded an alarm about the parking meters being erected in front of city schools in the parking zones. Smart City Solutions at first had wanted to offer a 35% discount for teachers, but the teachers protested the move that they should not be paying for parking while teaching the nation's children. During a vigil in front of the Prime Minister's residence on Main Street on Wednesday and Thursday, teachers once again raised the issue. Now it seems like the pressure was too much for Geo Parks that they eventually caved in on the deal. GTU President Mark Light also posted on his Facebook page that those schools where parking meters have been placed already will see them being removed. He thanked the mayor of the city of Georgetown and councillors, Smart City Solutions, for granting their request as a union for the removal of parking meters in front of schools. The GTU, the release went on to state, also wishes to thank its members for standing with us during these difficult times. Special thanks also goes out to the Prime Minister and Deputy Mayor for their intervention. Andrew Weeks reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up on Headline News after the break, Merriman's Mall Beauticians given an extension, and police block.
2017 is here, and Clearance will be hosting a big discount sale on Friday, the 27th of January. Dresses from $13,995 to $5,900. Tops from $7,995 to $4,500. Jeans from $12,000 to $5,500. Not forgetting the men, we have big discounts in your department as well. I'm talking shirts from $12,995 to $3,500. Jerseys reduced to $3,500. Levi's designer jeans from $13,995 to $6,500, and a whole lot more. Remember, the sale happens for one day only, Friday the 27th of January. The place to be is Clearance. Always keeping you in stock.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Yes, Guyana, it's finally here! The long-awaited Footsteps Customer Appreciation Day sale is back on Wednesday, 8th February. Get wholesale prices on 3 floors and our 2 Footsteps locations. Yes, no discount card needed to get great savings. It's Footsteps Customer Appreciation Day sale on Wednesday, 8th February. Footsteps, bringing it all together.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princeton Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Beauticians on the Merriman's Mall have been given a 6-month extension by the mayor and city council. Andrew Weeks reports why.
They would have presented to me a model which they would like to have done. This came late. I took the matter for a review yesterday to the council because they would have met with me and they've expressed their concerns, and I said to them, I cannot make a decision on my own. It was a decision of the full council, but I'll take your concerns to the council. And yesterday at full council, there was a long debate, and they were given a 6-month extension.
Mayor of the city of Georgetown, Patricia Chase Green. Mayor Chase Green explained why some stalls were taken down by council.
The law requires that any barber shop should be properly housed. They're on the tents. Well, they were removed from where they were, sitting at the street corners, washing hairs over drains, having their clients' foot on a bench, filing away on the toes and the nails and so. And so we removed them from that environment, put them somewhere that we think it would have been best for them, and try to house them. They did not keep it clean, cause for the whole ruckus that took place.
Now that offenders are meeting with the mayor and city council, they have brought a proposal or a plan for a new structure they would like City Hall to put in place to house them. But it is not clear if City Hall can provide the funding, knowing the financial limitations the council is experiencing at this time. When asked what is the new rules going forward for the beautician for the next 6 months, Chase Green said,
they have got to keep all, as far as is practicable, keep within the ambit of the law. As far as practicable and humane to us, because they're offering a service, but you have to offer service in the most sanitary condition. So within the 6 months now, we have to look at a permanent residence for them, which is not our responsibility. They're expected to find proper shelter within the 6 months. But I don't think it's carved in stone. It's a council's decision. Let's see how it unfolds.
Early January, city officials demolished a few stalls that were in a deplorable condition and was deemed a health hazard to customers and the city. City Hall had warned vendors to keep their surroundings clean and stick to the agreement made between both parties, but many of them failed to do so. This new leash on life given to the beautician is said to be City Hall's right arm of fellowship for the last time. If the beauticians fail to keep the agreement again, City Hall said, they will not be the ones to blame this time around. Andrew Weeks reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Thursday morning, the 2017 Annual Officers Conference began under the theme Forging Ahead with Professionalism and Intelligence-Led Policing in collaboration with stakeholders. Here's more. Commissioner of the Guyana Police Force, Silal Prasad, spoke to the audience. His address was an assessment of the force's performance for the past year. It was noted that much progress was made in 2016. Nonetheless, the top cop reaffirmed the police's commitment to improving the methods by which they protect and serve the community. Last year, the GPF sought training for its officers from foreign police departments.
We have targeted training in all aspects of our operations. This was supported by some of the finest police organizations in the world, as well as their respective governments, such as the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Canada, China, India, and Russia, to name a few, as well as Interpol.
2016 was a year of successes, seeing an overall increase in crimes solved and a decrease in violent crimes. Nonetheless, the best way to solve crime is to prevent it. Thus, the force also focused on crime prevention through engaging the youth of Guyana. This focus came in the form of support programs that teach the youth valuable lessons.
We have developed partnership with the technical institutes of Lenora, Linden, and Regina, and New Amsterdam. And towards this end, many youths were shepherded from communities into these institutions. We currently have 60 youth groups, police youth groups, with a total of 66 youth groups rather, with a total of 3,165 youths.
Involvement in the community and the emphasis on crime prevention goes beyond solely interactions with the youth. Additionally, the police force has returned to strengthening the bonds between the force and the communities as a whole.
Throughout the year, maintained and expanded our social crime prevention program. Many community projects were completed with the police working together with various community leaders, inclusive of religious leaders and private sector leaders.
Thursday night, a Water Street vendor was killed in a drive-by shooting moments after leaving his East Rheinveld home. 30-year-old Andrew Frazier, a.k.a. Zeggy, had left his house when he was shot and killed. A second man, Junior Abrams, was injured during the same incident. The family suspects that Frazier may have been shot mistakenly or may have found himself in the firing line. The dead man's mother, Jean Adams, described her son as a hard-working young man who did not have any known problem with anyone. Assistant Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken stated that persons in the area said they heard as many as 6 gunshots. Based on initial reports, the 2 persons were shot by occupants of a white car that sped through the community just after 8 p.m. An all-station alert has been issued and investigators are on the hunt for the gunmen. A West Rheinveld man will be spending the next 3 years in jail after being found guilty of causing death by dangerous driving. 58-year-old Andrew Alder appeared before the chief magistrate this morning. The magistrate sentenced him to 3 years in prison for causing the death of Dinesh Bassoon. On March 3, 2016, Alder was on his way to the airport to pick up his relatives when his car struck Bassoon's motorcycle on the Houston Public Road. Alder had claimed that it was Bassoon who rode into his vehicle. However, the police determined that his dangerous driving was the cause of the accident. His attorney did not say whether any moves would be made to appeal the verdict and sentencing. Still ahead are regional and international news, as well as beautiful Guyana.
2017 is here, and Clearance will be hosting a big discount sale on Friday, the 27th of January. Dresses from $13,995 to $5,900. Tops from $7,995 to $4,500. Jeans from $12,000 to $5,500. Not forgetting the men, we have big discounts in your department as well. I'm talking shirts from $12,995 to $3,500. Jerseys reduced to $3,500. Levi's designer jeans from $13,995 to $6,500, and a whole lot more. Remember, the sale happens for one day only, Friday the 27th of January. The place to be is Clearance. Always keep it unique style.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Yes, Guyana, it's finally here! The long-awaited Footsteps Customer Appreciation Day sale is back on Wednesday, 8th February. Get wholesale prices on 3 floors and our 2 Footsteps locations. Yes, no discount card needed to get great savings. It's Footsteps Customer Appreciation Day sale on Wednesday, 8th February. Footsteps, bringing it all together.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princeton Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
In news from the region now, in Trinidad and Tobago, a tragedy occurred on Thursday night in East Trinidad where 4 people died in road traffic accidents, while an elderly man was killed at his home in Wallerfield. Now the country is in a state of shock after a mother and her 2 young children were killed in an accident. C News' Peter Christopher reports.
Moment of reckless driving cost a mother and her 2 children their lives on Thursday night. Carla Cullings and her 2 children, Kamani and Amari, aged 2 and 8 months respectively, were killed after this B14 motor vehicle speeding up the priority bus route broke the red light at the Mausica intersection. Collins and her kids were passengers in this car crossing the Mausuka intersection with the belief that with the light on green, they were in the clear to go. They were not, as the Nissan caught the back end of their vehicle, causing them to spin out of control violently, so much so that the mother and the two kids were pitched from the vehicle. Collins of Kali Street, Arima, died at the scene, while the kids were pronounced dead at hospital. Her husband, Keston Collins, was also hospitalized following the accident. The driver of the Nissan, CNews understands, was reportedly intoxicated while behind the wheel. He has been hospitalized under police supervision and is expected to be questioned once he regains cognitive sense. As news of the incident spread on social media, responses ranged from sadness to anger over the incident. In an unrelated accident, 59-year-old Crispin Reyes was killed after being struck by a Blue Waters truck in Aruca. Reports are at around 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, Crispin was attempting to cross the Eastern Main Road near Wharton Road when he was hit by the vehicle. The truck did not stop. Reyes was said to be homeless. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police say they have obtained the registration number of the truck and are confident they will be able to track down the driver. These incidents raised the number of fatal road accident victims to 9 for the year, half the figure it stood at for this point in 2016, which was 18. Peter Christopher, CNews.
Meanwhile, CNews understands that members of the Coast Guard are planning to lend support to Keston Collins, the husband of Carla Collins, and his family in the wake of the horrific accident. This according to the Coast Guard's PRO, Lieutenant Sharon Manswell. Mr. Collins is an officer attached to the Coast Guard. He's currently hospitalized after Thursday's accident.
And internationally, German Chancellor Angela Merkel and France's President François Hollande met to discuss European unity with President Trump high on the agenda. CNN's Issa Soares reports.
François Hollande and Angela Merkel are calling for European unity. They met in Berlin with the new Trump administration and Brexit high on the agenda. Issa Soares joins me now from London. And tell us more about this sign of unity, a message. What did they say?
Message of unity, Robin, a message of solidarity. Both leaders we saw today standing defiant, standing strong. They were the face of Europe. And they had two messages, really. They talked of external and internal conflicts the world is facing. And it's the external ones that really points the finger more at U.S. President Donald Trump. They said basically that what we've heard in the last few weeks from world leaders is that they're very much worried, in particular Merkel and Hollande, worried about the rhetoric they're hearing from U.S. President, which has led to a bit of fury and fear here in Europe. We know what his thoughts are on NATO, calling it obsolete. We also know how he views Chancellor Merkel's policies when it comes to immigration, and pretty much blaming her, saying that Europe, the EU, the continent as a whole, is really a vehicle for just Germany. But it was Mr. Hollande, François Hollande of France, who had this message for the US president. Take a listen.
Challenges posed by the new US administration in regards to commercial rules, in regards to the conflicts in the world. We, of course, have to speak to Donald Trump, since he was chosen by the Americans to be their president. But we have to do it with a European point of view and our interests and values.
This week's Beautiful Guyana comes to you with the compliments of the Department of Public Information, Office of the Prime Minister. Deputy Mayor of Georgetown, Sherrod Duncan, will tell us why the National Library of Guyana, a national treasure, is a place that is changing with the passage of time.
The National Library in Georgetown is a repository of the nation's history. Architecturally, one of the most British of buildings in the nation's capital, it's a treasure of information where the printed page collides with the digital age. The library is a series of departments, from referencing to rural, aimed at providing the public with the relevant information from works of academic depth to lighter literature for pleasure reading. At the National Library, there is something for everyone and all ages. And if you're of the view that you can Google from home, you will never know what it is to have the warm, well-trained staff of the library at your disposal to help you make sense of the infinity of information that is the World Wide Web. Quietude of the precincts make it a great place for study and contemplation. Every book is an answer to a question, a journey to faraway places. With an open imagination, the possibilities are endless. Rediscover the National Library.
And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and SafeTVGuyana.com. You can also tune in at 6:30 Sunday morning for a rebroadcast, and 7 p.m. on Monday for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast. Thank you for welcoming us into your home, and do have a blessed weekend.